Howdy folks, Glenn here. Time for another unboxing. We're getting through the April boxes pretty quick. We're just going to plow through them the next few days and then we'll get to that giveaway. Today we're going to talk about the 1-Up box. 1-Up box is generally one of the earlier boxes that we get in the month, and it's also, if you recall, the least expensive. So this one only running about 15, maybe close to 20 bucks with shipping, but it's definitely the cheapest box. But they're also tend to be the most dependable as far as quality items. So we're going to go through this box, and the theme for this month of April is hero. Remember last month was villain. Next month is sidekick. They've already announced their theme. So they're doing a good run of themes, one building on the other, villain, hero, sidekick. So I like to see that. So the first item in the 1-Up box is, we've got a pop. The Captain America pop. Now this is the Captain America pop that was released early on in the run of Marvel pops. So this one is based on the comic book. It's not based on any of the movies or anything. So this is comic book Captain America. And yeah, it's a common, so it's not an exclusive or anything. But one thing about this particular pop, and actually all of the ones that are kind of early on in the run, is you don't find these very often anymore. You're not going to walk into Hot Topic or you know, your normal comic book shop and find these necessarily. So yeah, they're not, you know, this one isn't going to be as valuable as some, but it's also not one you're going to get walking into a store. So good to see this in the box. Again, a pop I don't have, so always good to see those. Okay. We've got the shirt, and shirt for this hero month is a nice little mashup of Mario and Batman. Cute little shirt, you know, not a bad play, not a bad mashup there, but also not that, it's not exactly giving me belly laughs. Usually I like the mashups. This one is a little bit boring. And then the shirt. The shirt is a little bit thin. One thing about this particular t-shirt, it's nice that it's white, but you sure as heck better be wearing a undershirt underneath it, because my hand, you can see it right through it. So very thin material. You know, it fits okay. It's nice and big. Always like that. But the material's not that great. All right. We've got another key cover. You remember last month we got the villain version of the key cover. This one is the hero, and it happens to be a Batman style key cover. There's 2 key covers available this month in the box, and the other variant would be the Superman one. Now, at first I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like Batman, you know, Superman getting in other boxes. That's pretty cool. But if you notice right here, that's not the Batman logo. That is the 1-Up box logo. So it's not really Batman. So they could very easily say this isn't really a licensed Batman item because it's got the 1-Up box logo in the middle there. We've had a couple of different discussions about how I do not like the branded merchandise. I'm already buying this box, so why couldn't this just be Batman? You know, last month's didn't have a logo on it, so it was fine. But this having the 1-Up box logo, doesn't make me too thrilled about it. It does kind of brand it as a 1-Up box only item. But, you know, I want the Batman logo or the Superman logo to make it, you know, half of these things are merchandised and licensed, so what's the deal with this one? Not too thrilled with that part. All right. For instance, we've got a Marvel Comics Spider-Man in particular, air freshener for the car. I like these. We had the Captain America one come in a box last month, and that's sitting in my truck right now. Here's another one. So if this doesn't get given away to somebody, it'll go right in my car as well. So these are always good to have. They don't last that long, but I like having these hanging from the rearview mirror. And again, a licensed item. They didn't need to do much to get this, so why was the key cover not that way? All right, next we've got an interesting item. It's a Zelda related item, and it is a pendant. So it's a nice pendant. Nice and heavy. This is another one of the ones where there's variance depending on which box you get, and there's this this kind of space gray color, and there's a dark black one, and there's a gold one as well. So there's a few different. But you know what? This is a nice pendant. I would definitely wear it. So that was an interesting little item, and again, it's a different item. Something maybe you're not expecting. All right, next we've got one of those iron-on patches. So this one with the H in the middle, and it's got kind of the silhouettes of the heroes, which is kind of cool. There's Batman in the middle there. But again, one-up box. You know, am I going to really iron this onto a piece of clothing and then walk around advertising one-up box? Not what I want to do. If that just wasn't there, this would be a really cool patch. But I don't really get the whole, you know, let's put our name on everything. Let's put our logo on everything. Because to me, for my personal preference, it decreases the value. So, you know, decent patch, but again, it's kind of brought down by the logo there. And then we've got the mandatory pin button. You've got one-up box, April 2015 hero. Now, I've never been big into the pins, but I'm starting to see the value of collecting these. You know, it shows that you're getting the box over time, and you can kind of keep these and kind of keep track and look back on, oh yeah, that box, oh yeah, this box. So these are kind of nice to collect. I kind of take it back what I said about the buttons, the pins before, because I like the idea of collecting these buttons. Now, as long as they, you know, make sense. I mean, this has the writing on it and has the expression of what the box is, so that makes it nice and that makes it good to look back on. Something like the Power Up Box button this month, which was just a button that said Power Up Box. You know, what's next month going to be? The same button that says Power Up Box. So I like the buttons that kind of show a progression of the boxes, so that's not so bad. So I don't mind that as far as your logoed items. That's about it. Obviously, you've got the flyer with the different shows the different items and the variants as well. That, you know, there's 2 different of the key cover and there's 3 different of the pendant. Overall, decent box. One-up box never disappoints, and the reason it never disappoints is because it's cheap and it's only 15 bucks. So even if I only like the pop and I only like the air freshener and I like the pendant, well, there's your $20-25 worth right there. So, you know, the fact that I'm kind of put off by the key cover and the patch, and I don't really like the shirt that much. I mean, I'll still wear it. I'll still wear it around the house, and actually it might even make a nice undershirt. You know, the fact that I'm not big on those doesn't really matter that much because the box itself is so inexpensive, and I like the other things that they put in there. So if I were to going to give this a grade, I'm going to give this a B-, just because it's got too many of those logoed items, too many of those branded items for me. I still don't like when they do that. I like the other items besides, just like the Power Up Box this month. I like the items other than the branded items. There's just too many of those floating around. So of the items that are in there, I'll give it a B-. I'm definitely going to keep up with the one-up box because, again, B- is not bad. It's not as good as it has been, but it's still a box that I'm going to continue with. That's about it for this box. We're going to move on really quickly within the next couple of days, doing some other boxes we've got coming up. We've got the Hero Crate, we've got Geek Fuel, I've got the custom fan box for this month to do still, the Marvel Collector Core box, and then a couple of surprise boxes that are unusual, and one of them that doesn't have anything to do with geek culture. So stay tuned for those. As always, if you want in on the giveaway, and the giveaway is going to happen soon, we're going to give away one of these boxes. If you want in on that, make sure that you're a subscriber to this channel and that you make some sort of comment on the one of the videos. I appreciate the comments and feedback I've gotten so far. It's been great. I'm enjoying starting to connect with the subscribers and kind of create a community there, so that's awesome. Other than that, definitely check out our blog as well, and make sure that you check out the pictures and the reviews that we do on there as well. That's about it, and we will see you shortly.